I'm a little bit of a serial unhauler. I like to go through my shelves every 3 to 4 months or so, as you're probably aware, and film a video like this. This is actually my first one of the year, my first unhaul of the year. I have been occasionally removing books from my shelves over the last few months and just listing the odd one or two on Vinted, but this is going to be my first proper big cleanse of my shelves for 2025. I like doing this fairly regularly so that it just means that my bookshelves are still an accurate representation of my current reading taste, and I think that just accepting that your reading taste will change over the years is absolutely fine, and sometimes it isn't the right time to get rid of a specific book like a year ago, but maybe now it is the right time for me to get rid of that book. So I'm going to be going through my shelves today. This is going to be a vlog style. I don't know what I'm going to be unhauling yet. I will be taking you along with me. There is actually one series that I know I'm going to be unhauling, which I'll show you in a second, but I don't know what I'm going to pick off my shelves yet. So, you know, I don't know how many books we're going to come out of this today with. I usually try and aim for about 20 to 30, but I don't mind if it's less than that, because I feel like more and more recently I'm looking at my shelves and I'm like, okay, this feels good. There's not necessarily as many books that I look at the moment and I think I'll unhaul those at my next unhaul, but we'll see how it turns out. The series I already know I want to unhaul it's the Stalking Jack the Ripper series by Kerry Maniscalco, and I feel so bad about this because this is my best friend Lauren. It's one of her favourite book series. She's currently doing a really amazing series on her Instagram annotating these books. I will leave a link down below. It's beautiful to watch. I have read the first two, Stalking Jack the Ripper and Hunting Prince Dracula. Have not yet read Escaping from Houdini or Capturing the Devil, but I just don't feel like I ever will. I didn't dislike the first two, but they were just okay for me. I don't feel like I need to keep a hold of this series. They're very pretty, but they also take up quite a lot of space They take a lot of space on my shelves, so I think it's time to say goodbye to these. So this is the only series that I knew I wanted to unhaul in this video, but other than that, I don't know what I'm about to pull off of my shelves, so let's find out. I don't know why I even bothered to come to these shelves to start the unhaul, because it's very rare that something's going to come off of these shelves, especially like from these ones up. Well, no, actually, just generally these shelves, maybe the bottom row here, but this is like pretty safe territory, I would say. I'm saying that as I see one book that I did. This is right. I love M.A. Cusnier's writing. I love Midnight in Everwood so much. But I went to read this one, Upon a Frosted Star, which is really, really beautiful. I think was it at the end of last year? I don't really remember. In fact, my bookmark is actually still in the, well, great bookmark. My tabbing is still in the book. I wasn't even tabbing this one. I don't know why that's in there. Anyway, I did not keep reading this one, and I don't know that I will. And as beautiful as it is, I don't necessarily feel like I need to have this one on my shelves. So maybe this can start off the unhaul from these shelves. Just remove my incredibly useful bookmark there. Okay, welcome to the floor. I feel like these shelves, again, mostly safe around this area. I think. I do. A lot of these are either ones that I've read and loved, or they're like some of the ones I'm most excited to read, so I feel like these are pretty safe. We should go to the other shelves. I think we're going to have more luck on the other shelves. And now for the section I like to call my little jungle of bookshelves. It's always very difficult to get in there, but we'll rejig the plants a bit. Anyway, right, top shelf. Will this be the unhaul? I get rid of the Ransom Riggs. Oh, my Funko's had a bit of a tumble. The Ransom Riggs series. I don't know why I still hold on to that series. I really don't, but yeah, it's never the right time. It never is. Okay, these shelves are actually a bit gappy. This is where I just removed the Kerry Maniscalco series, but generally there's a little bit of gaps going on here, so I think I can space out a little bit. I can branch out on my shelves, which is a nice feeling to have, but that is not what we're here to discuss. We're here to discuss more books that I could unhaul, which is gonna be the book. Okay, I'm genuinely looking at these like I don't know if any of these ones are unhaul level. I think I need to move the plants. Let's get these out of the way. I had to repot the Monstera recently, and it was a challenge to do on my own, but I've got it in a much better pot for it now. It was in a very, very small one that it kept tipping over with the weight of it. I think it's a little droopy, but I think it's taking okay. I need to give it a water, but I think it's doing well. Anyway, distracting myself. Right, books. Okay, Rouge. Read that one. Didn't love it. Don't necessarily feel the need to keep it. That can go in the unhaul. That looks incredibly messy. Hang on, look at that. No, okay, I'll put that up there. There we go, that's fine. Right, what else have we got? Okay, I randomly have a couple of arcs here, even though I have a shelf of arcs in my office, so I might rejig in here a little bit as well. But what else do I want to get rid of? Do you know, every time I see this book, this is such a sweet story, this book. My sister, years and years ago at her primary school, they had a little fair on to be able to get your family Christmas presents. So I guess like she was given a couple of quid by my mum and then was able to go and exchange that for like different things in this market. So I'm not really sure how it worked, but she chose to get me something, and it was like at the book section, and she chose me this book, and that was just so sweet. So like sentimentally, this one always has that lovely memory to it for me. I'm not doing so well here, am I? This is a mess down here. A mess, I tell you. Okay. Despite the fact that I barely ever see these books, I still kind of want them on my shelves. Right. We're not doing brilliantly, but I think these will remain as well. This is going well. I may need to get a bit more brutal because so far this has come off of these shelves. Okay, these ones. Let's go. I'm feeling good about it. Let's pull some books off my shelves. Right. I'm just going to go down each of them, and if I don't know what the book is about or I don't have a vibe for it, I'm going to pull it off, I'm going to have a look at the blurb, and we're going to see where we go from there. The first one, Jade Fire Gold. Very pretty. Don't know what it's about. Okay, that one sounds good, but I don't know if it's necessarily for me anymore. That is so pretty, but I think... Oh, it's so pretty. No, I think that can go. This was really cute. I enjoyed it. I don't need to read it again. I don't need to keep hold of it. I feel like this one will be unhauled at some point, but not quite yet, because in the back of my head, I'm like, there might be a day I fancy reading something exactly like this, so... I'm going to keep hold of it. This I really enjoyed. That stays. I am in such a books about music kick at the moment, so this one definitely stays. Felix Ever After stays. The Reading List stays. This one, I love the cover of this. I think that there might be a day where I fancy something like that one as well, because I think in my head this is kind of summery vibes. I don't know if it's just because it's yellow and has lemons on the cover, but you know, that's where I'm at with it. This is an attempt at a rainbow shelf, by the way, but it's becoming more and more bitty as I unhaul more books. I need to just give myself permission to go buy a load of new books that fit in with this rainbow colour scheme. The Honey Witch I'll keep hold of. Magic for Liars I think I will as well. Reprieve was a pretty interesting read. That was quite a good one. Watch Over Me. I think I'll keep hold of that one. Midnight in Everwood, Love, The Husbands. I'm quite excited to read that one. Why do I keep these things on? I'm like, it's signed, look, it's signed. I must keep the little sleeve on for some random reason. Short Walk Through a Wide World. Short Walk Through a Wide World. I got that right the first time I said it. Why did I question myself? What is this about? What is this one about? I got this one in the Boxing Day sales a few years ago and have never thought about picking it up since. But it might be the kind of thing when I'm in the mood for a really good laugh that I go for. So I think I'll keep that one on the shelves. And I think those ones are all safe there as well. I've given up picking off ones that I'm not 100% sure on the blurb, and I'm just going off vibes. But I feel like these ones... I think these ones are all safe. Let's go down a level. Half the thing of filming these videos is climbing my furniture. Safely climbing my furniture, I will add. Okay, I think these ones are also safe. Yeah. Down to... fantasy. I just don't know. Okay? I keep putting Onyx Storm on TBRs and keep not reading it. So that probably says enough, doesn't it? But I'm not sure if I'm ready to uncommit to that series yet, but I feel like it's coming. The time is coming. This shelf's a mess. we're not even gonna bother. And down there, just don't even talk to me about down there. This flat has rubbish storage, so like my outdoor cushions are just shoved down here. Which I hate, but it basically just covers up completely whatever is. I don't even know what's down there. I think it's like some non-fiction-y, I don't know. There's a photo album. I think my school yearbook's down there. Whatever. That just remains. We don't think about that corner. Okay, surely there's some books in here. Surely. I mean, this is like, okay, right. We've got dark academia vibes on the top here. We've got horror, we've got thrillery, horror-y mashup, and then we have witchy YA horror thrillery stuff. Oh, and this shelf here, which is just I don't really know. It's a bit random. So this is what we're dealing with. Okay, again, these shelves probably pretty safe. We'll have a quick glance. We'll have a gander just to double check. But I'm pretty sure that these ones are fairly safe. You kind of just get like mini shelf tours while I'm filming these as well. Yeah, I think these ones are good. I kept buying Ruth Ware books for a long time because I read One by One, which I personally liked, and a lot of people didn't, but as just a fun, isolated thriller. I liked it. And then I bought these two. Have I read The It Girl? I don't know. I just was suddenly like, Ruth Ware! And bought loads of Ruth Ware books and haven't yet, oh dear, and haven't yet read them all. As is probably the case for most of the books on my shelves. Thrillers really start to blur into one after a while, don't they? Like, they just, in my head, they all blur. What do we have here? I am not doing well. I am not doing well. I'm also really hungry. Oh, actually, this. I read this. I think this was for my last cover to cover. Oh, which means it kind of has sentimental value. Oh, no, do I want to keep... No, I do. I didn't love it. It was fine, but I feel like the sentimental value of it is there for me. Wow, Beth. Film an unhaul. You'll do really well. She did not do very well. Okay, here. Here, surely. Surely this will be the spot for me to unhaul some books for this unhaul vlog where I unhaul books that I'm not unhauling. Oops. Do you know what? The Raven Boys. I never completed the series. I haven't finished reading it. It's a fun series, but I don't feel like I'm going to finish reading it. I think that these ones could go, well, then that kind of makes that corner of the shelves disjointed. What am I doing? Why am I talking myself out of these ideas? I'm awful. I'm awful. Okay, hang on. Let me do a rejig. Yeah, that looks shit. Okay, I'm gonna do something with that, but I'm looking at the Juno Dawson series. I'm like, okay, am I realistically going to finish this series? Because I can't really remember. I can remember the end of this, but I can't remember any of the context in the middle of it. I can remember the vibes. I remember enjoying it, but I don't know if I'm going to read book 2. I really don't. And I think, is there a novella as well? I have been looking at these for a while thinking if I was going to be brutal, I would get rid of these. I don't know if I want to be brutal or not. You know, we're going to put them on a maybe. Ah, it's a good series. I'm really trying to pick out some books here. When I started filming this, I was like, yeah, I'll have loads of books to unhaul. We're gonna pull them out. I'm gonna put them in a maybe. And we're gonna see how I feel about it when we come to the end of the video. Also just pulled these off of the shelf way back there, because again, if you can't see the shelves, you kind of forget what's on them, and I don't really feel like I'm ever going to get to these ones, so these can also go in the unhaul pile. This book, The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi, every time I do an unhaul, I look at this, I pick it off of my shelves, and I think, no, I think I want to keep hold of this. It's really pretty. It's not like anything else I have on my shelves. And there might be a day where I'm like, you know what, this is what I am fancying. And that is why I like to have a range of books on my shelves, because I am a mood reader and I go through phases of what kind of books I lean towards more, and I want to have something that is there if I feel like I fancy that specific type of vibe. And I can't even remember what vibe this is apart from ships and oceans. Oh man, this is what happens. I do this and I see it and I'm like, you're so pretty. It's a pirate book, okay? I mean, it's so pretty, but I honestly, I feel like this is not, I just don't know if I'm ever going to read it. I don't tend to ever really lean towards piratey kind of books. I'm going to put it on the maybe. Okay, I don't know. Well, actually, what's that one about? Okay, that's kind of fairy tale retell-y, I think. Another very pretty one, but I think that one could go in the unhaul pile. And I think everything else is good to stay in here. The final shelves in the unhaul. I feel like there's not going to be all that much on these that I'm taking off, but one that I definitely am going to be taking off is Tin Man by Sarah Winman. I keep meaning to put this in an unhaul video and forgetting. I started this one, didn't love it, didn't really feel the need to finish it, so I don't feel the need to keep it on my shelves. And that might be it. That really might be it. I don't know that there's anything else on these shelves that I particularly want to unhaul. I am bad at this today. Actually, this one sits on my bedside table. I started this one and hated it, but I kept it as like a little part of this stack, but I don't really feel like I need to keep hold of this one, so this one can also go. Okay, let's go through what's on the unhaul stack. It's actually a little bit better than I thought. Like, I don't know how many books it is, but that's not too bad. You know, that's a fairly successful unhaul. I didn't think I would be getting rid of loads today. You know, I knew it was definitely going to be these 4, but I'm okay with this. These ones I really can't decide with. I'm still just leaving them here on the side. I feel like I'm leaning towards keeping hold of them. I don't know. I did really enjoy book 1, and I feel like if I'd have read book 1 and book 2 would have already been out, I would have just read it immediately and I wouldn't be having this internal debate with myself. But I don't know that I necessarily want to reread book 1 to then read book 2. That's That's where my brain's at. I think are these the Fairy Loot editions? So I have in my head that I know that someone would probably really appreciate having these. And if I do decide I want to go back to the series, I can just read it. Like, I can buy the paperbacks or I can get an e-copy. But I know that someone else would probably really enjoy having these on their shelves. I don't know. They're sat there at the moment in the I'm not sure pile. But in the I am sure pile, we have Rouge by Mona Awad, The Wren Hunt, and The Wicker Light by Mary Watson, the first 3 books in the Raven Boys series by Maggie Stiefvater, Tin Man by Sarah Winman, Marianne Keyes' Sushi for Beginners, which I literally think I read about 20 or 30 pages of this before the characters infuriated me so much that I couldn't keep reading. Last Chance Books by somebody Rodkey. This is kind of what's the film called? You've Got Mail. This is like book version of You've Got Mail. It's cute. I did like it, but I just don't feel the need to keep it. June C.L. Tan, Jade Fire Gold. The Last Tale of the Flower Bride by Roshani Chokshi. The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi by Shannon Chakraborty. Upon a Frosted Star by M.A. Kuznia. And the Stalking Jack the Ripper series by Kerry Maniscalco. And then maybe these. I really can't decide. So this is the stack. How many books is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Boom. I actually might make it 18 because I keep looking at these two. I was looking at these as I was filming that stack behind them here. And I don't feel like I need both of these. One of these is the Illumicrate edition of the Fragile Threads of Power, and one is the standard Waterstones one, I think. I'm not actually sure which is which, so I'm just going to look at them and pick which one I like the best, and then pop the other one in the unhaul pile, because I just don't feel like I need to own 2 of these. I think I prefer this one, and I also think this is the Illumicrate one, because that one has the sign by the author, the signature bookshop sticker on the front of it. But the sprayed edges are so pretty on both of them. I do think I prefer the Illumicrate one, I think. Oh, I don't know. This one feels more papery. Like, they're both paper. Whatever. I'm just going to stop talking. I think that I will keep this one and add this one to the unhaul pile. It's the final stack! I managed to get this up to 20 books with the addition of the Fragile Threads of Power and also being a little bit more brutal and adding these 2 into the unhaul as well, which I feel like all around I'm happy with this decision. This is a good unhaul. I do sell some of the books that I unhaul on my Vinted if you ever want to check them out. I also upload sporadically throughout the year onto my Vinted as well when I just pull random books off of my shelves. They won't all be uploaded there, some will go to charity, but I will leave a link down below to my Vinted if you wanted to see if any of these were still available. I am filming this a little bit in advance, so I don't know what's still going to be left on there, but I will leave a link nonetheless. I think this has been a pretty successful unhaul, certainly more successful than I thought it was about 20 minutes ago. 20 books is not too bad. I will take that. There's certainly a lot more room on my shelves now as well for more books to be added. I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. I always enjoy filming these. It always feels cleansing, a little bit chaotic in my brain trying to pick out the books, and just good fun. So I hope you've enjoyed watching. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.